The words of power, the tools of a creator race. Hadrian spoke of them as though they could shape worlds, and perhaps they had. With these in hand, victory would not be far behind, or so it was thought. While Erin-Gend searched for the ancient relics, Morgrim's army pressed their attacks against Neverwinter. Their dark magics and sheer numbers soon overwhelmed the defenders. The betrayer, Erebeth, was at the forefront when the walls were breached. The words of power, once thought safe within Castle Never, were in danger of falling to the enemy. And behind the invasion, an even greater evil, Morag, Queen of the Old Ones, had awoken.
We meet again. As you know, I am Nasha Alagonda, Lord of Neverwinter. I was once an adventurer like you, though that was long ago. Erin-Gend tells me you have done much in the defense of our city. For this I thank you, though I fear it was all in vain. Erebeth knows our defenses too well. We could not stand against her forces. The enemy has breached our walls. All is lost.
Do not give up hope, my lord. We still have the words of power, after all.
And what good has that done, Erin? We have no way to use them. Whatever magic is locked within those stone tablets is of no use to us.
Perhaps Hadrian will reveal their secret to us, if you release her from the dungeons.
I don't trust that creature, Erin, and neither should you. We have done her no harm. If she was truly our ally, she would tell us what she knows.
Hadrian told us about the secret door beneath Castle Never. Without her, we would never have found the Source Stone.
And what good has that done, Erin? That creature won't tell us anything about it. The Source Stone is as useless to us as the words of power.
Perhaps Hadrian will speak to our champion. She has spoken with them before.
Enough, Erin. Now, if you want to speak to Hadrian, you are free to do so. But I will not release her from the dungeon while an enemy is within our city gates. Personally, I think this is all a waste of time. Words of power, the Source Stone, Hadrian. What good is this against Erebeth's army? Our fate is sealed. We are all doomed. After all you have done for the city, the least I can do is answer your questions, although Gend probably knows more than I do. We captured the lizard woman slinking around the city shortly after Luskan attacked. After Erebeth's betrayal, I'm not too trusting, so we are keeping her locked in a cell in a dungeon. She was hissing and babbling about Morgrim wanting the words of power and the Source Stone, but we couldn't get much else out of her. She's half mad, I fear, and doesn't seem to trust us. Gend seems to think she might trust you, though. You're free to speak with her in the dungeons if you wish. She's locked away in the castle dungeon. Just head south and down the stairs. I'm sorry, but I won't do that. Not while there's an enemy inside the city. She might be an ally, but it's just as likely she's a spy. Besides, we aren't doing her any harm, only keeping an eye on her. And if she has information to help us, she should be willing to share it whether we keep her in prison or not. Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can. I've given them to Master Ford, Chief Archaeologist of Neverwinter. He seems to think there's some link between the words and the Source Stone. Initially, I hoped he could figure out how to unleash their power. But even as wise as Master Ford is, he hasn't been able to learn anything more about the Words of Power or the Source Stone. Since we discovered the Source Stone in the secret chambers beneath Castle Never, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can go speak to him to see what he's discovered if you wish, though you might have more luck getting information from that creature Hadrian if you can get her to talk. Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can. When we first captured Hadrian, she said something about the Source Stone and secret chambers beneath Castle Never. She sounded half crazy, but I thought it was worth looking into. I put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of the search. He unearthed a previously undiscovered chamber beneath the castle. Inside was an enormous crystalline boulder, the Source Stone. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford. Since we discovered the Source Stone in the secret chambers beneath Castle Never, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can go speak to him to see what he's discovered if you wish, though you might have more luck getting information from that creature Hadrian if you can get her to talk. Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can. The reports are grim. In the initial assault, Luskan overwhelmed us with sheer numbers and the unbridled ferocity of their attack. The defenders were forced to fall back to the city core. Erebeth knew our defenses too well, never stood a chance. My troops are loyal, but against such odds, there's little hope. It's only a matter of time until Castle Never itself falls. It is too late for that, I fear. Our defenses are already broken, the damage has been done. If Erebeth and Mogrim were both slain, there is a chance it might break the spirits of the Luskan invaders. But I wouldn't count on it. The Luskans attacked with a rage and ferocity I have never seen before. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. Or perhaps this is justice of a sort. Neverwinter may have brought this doom upon itself. The blood of Fenthic is on my hands. After the plague, the mob cried for blood, and I gave it to them. Fenthic was guilty only of trusting Desta, who was no enemy of Neverwinter. And yet I saw him hanged for failing to protect the city, as was his sworn duty. Can we really be so surprised Erebeth betrayed us after we executed her lover? That is what I tell myself over and over, but the words are hollow to my own ears. I only wanted to do what was best for Neverwinter, to heal the wounds left by the wailing death. Yet even as I passed sentence on Fenthic, I knew in my heart it was wrong. This was not justice. Fenthic died to feed the city's lust for revenge. And now Neverwinter shall fall to an army that was raised to feed Erebeth's own vengeance. Perhaps that is justice. I fear it is too late for that. Fenthic is dead and Erebeth... Perhaps if I were given the chance to pass judgment again, I would act differently, more mercifully. But I fear that chance shall never come. I must live with the burden of what I have done, as must my city. Neverwinter will fall. Reinforcements from the Lord's Alliance are marching, but they are too far away. By the time they arrive, all that will remain of Neverwinter is burnt bodies and charred rubble. Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can. Once, I was an adventurer like you. Were the situation not so desperate, I would call upon the court bards to sing you tales of my exploits. But I am long since retired. I am ruler of Neverwinter now, and my life is one of administrative duties and the delegation of responsibility. Hardly the stirring stuff of legends. I miss those days of glory and heroism, but I gave them up to serve the city I love. Alas, my sacrifice was all in vain. Neverwinter will fall, and I can do nothing about it. Of course. But before you go, maybe Gend is right. Maybe you should go speak to this Hadrian creature. I doubt it will do much good, but maybe, just maybe, she knows something that can save us. We're desperate after all. Any important information you come across should be reported directly to Aaron Gend. I've placed him in charge of the defense of the city.
These are indeed dark times, though not so dark as Lord Nasher portrays them. The people of Neverwinter are made of sterner stuff than any of us imagine. But if Neverwinter is to survive, we must all play our part. My place is here by Lord Nasher's side. I must oversee every aspect of the defense of the city. And your own part is one you know all too well. You must save Neverwinter once more, though how you might accomplish this I cannot say. Perhaps the creature Hadrian knows something of this. I once knew every secret in this city, but these are turbulent times and even I am left stumbling in the dark. Yet, I will tell you whatever I can. She arrived here shortly after the third word of power was delivered to Castle Never. Lord Nasher suspected she was a spy, and had her imprisoned in the dungeons. After Erebeth's betrayal, he has grown overly cautious, and I fear it has made Hadrian mistrustful of us. She did tell us about the Source Stone beneath the castle, but nothing beyond that. Maybe you could try speaking to her. She trusts you. And I sense there's something important she's not telling us about the words of power and that Source Stone. She's locked away in the castle dungeon. Just head south and down the stairs. Lord Nasher would never consent to that, I'm afraid. Not while we are besieged by a hostile army. I doubt it would help in any case. She does not trust us, plain and simple. Perhaps because of Erebeth's actions, Hadrian fears everyone from Neverwinter is corruptible. I'll do my best to help you. Lord Nasher gave them to Master Ford, chief archaeologist of Neverwinter. He believes there is a link between the words and the Source Stone. But Master Ford has not been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone, unfortunately. Ever since we unearthed the stone beneath the castle, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can speak to him yourself if you want to know more, although I suspect you would find talking to Hadrian more productive. I'll do my best to help you. Hadrian told us about the Source Stone and secret door beneath Castle Never. As Spy Master, I'm embarrassed to admit, I never suspected there were hidden chambers beneath our dungeons before this. When we found the stone, Lord Nasher put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of studying it. But so far, the Source Stone has refused to give up its secrets. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford. I'll do my best to help you. Things have calmed since the initial onslaught. The defenders fell back to the city core, but I do not know how long we will be able to hold it. We are badly outnumbered, and Erebeth knew every inch of this city. All her knowledge is being used against us now. I doubt it would help. Erebeth has likely shared our every weakness with all her generals by now. If Mogram were killed, it might break the enemy's spirit. Though in truth that also seems unlikely. Normally Luskan forces are but cowards and raiders. They hit and run. This time, however, something is different. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. And there is a pall lingering in the air. A dark cloud hanging over all the defenders and driving them to despair. Surely you must feel it. There is a shadow over Neverwinter. A curse that drags down morale and inspires our enemy. Perhaps on some level, the people of Neverwinter feel they deserve to suffer. I know Lord Nasher feels such guilt at least, for what happened to Fenvic. For all our sakes, I hope he is given that chance. Is there something else I might do for you? I'll do my best to help you. He was once a great adventurer, you know. I wish you could have known him then. A true hero in all his magnificent glory. He is a different man now. Still a good man. But the bureaucracy and responsibility of leadership weigh heavily on him. He has... And now, in Neverwinter's dark, heavy is the... I'll do my best to help you. He was once a great adventurer, you know. I wish you could have known him then. A true hero in all his magnificent glory. He is a different man now. Still a good man. But the bureaucracy and responsibility of leadership weigh heavily on him. He has grown somber and serious. And now, in Neverwinter's darkest hour, I fear he has given in to complete despair. Erebeth's betrayal, the guilt over Fenthic's execution, the slaughter of his people. Sometimes the burden on Lord Nasher is too great. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, they say. There is little we can do for him, other than trying to save the city. Is there anything else? I'll do my best to help you. Hydraline told us about the Source Stone and when we found this, but so far the Source Stone has refused to give up its secrets. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford. Ever since we unearthed the stone beneath the castle, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can speak to him yourself if you want to know more, although I suspect you would find talking to Hydraline more productive. You should speak to Hydraline before you go. Maybe she will tell you something about the Source Stone or the Words of Power. My instincts tell me that she is the key if Neverwinter is to be saved. And I have learned to trust my instincts.
Good day.
I have been waiting for you. These other warm bloods are weak. I do not trust them. They are weak, like the ones you call Erebeth and Mogrim. cannot stand against the creators, now that Morag stirs within the Source Stone. Morgrim has unlocked the magic of the words of power. The Old Ones awake, and the world you know shall be no more. 3 of the words are here in this castle. But there are 4 words of power in all. Morgrim has found the final word, strongest of them all. I came here to warn your people against Morag's return, but the Warmbloods do not trust me. They cast me into this dungeon. Do not waste time trying to free me from this prison. It serves no purpose. Instead, you must help me stop Morag's return before the Old Ones awake and I am made a word slave once more. The 4th word is close. I can feel its power. Morgrim and Erebeth brought it here to this city you call Neverwinter. Bring the word to me. I am Hydraline, leader of the word slaves. With the final word, I can break Morag's power and trap her forever inside the Source Stone. You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions. Morgrim is nothing but a foolish pawn. Morag twists and warps his mind, and in the end she will destroy him. My queen has promised him power, but when the Old Ones awake, he will be enslaved with the rest of the lesser races. Then we are all doomed. Morgrim will raise the Lizard Queen, and the Warmbloods will be cast down, and I will be enslaved once more. The other Warmbloods are weak in spirit and will. I do not trust them. If you come to your senses, come and speak to me again. Only you can stop Morag. You are back. But I do not feel the presence of the final word of power. You must find Morgrim and the 4th word of power. Only if I have all 4 will I be able to try and stop Morag's return. You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions. The one you call Erebeth has fallen under Morag's spell. Some terrible fate left her vulnerable to Morag's corrupting evil. My queen touched her mind through her dreams, feeding a dark and festering hatred until it consumed all else. Erebeth is a slave to Morag's evil now. You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions. I am Hydraline, handmaiden of Morag, and last of the word slaves. When my people vanished, my kind were left behind, bound to the will of our mistress by the power of the words. Forced to survive the endless winter, we word slaves grew strong in our torment. We broke the magic bonds of our fell queen and found our freedom. We scattered the words of power so the old ones might never wake to enslave us again. But Morgrim has disturbed the Source Stone, and Morag stirs once more. You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions. Long ago, when even the elves were young, the world was hot and jungle covered this frozen waste. This was the time of my people, the creator race, the old ones. The old ones enslaved the lesser races, and all bowed to us, and the terrible power of Morag, our queen. But then the long winter came. To survive, Morag placed her people into a deep hibernation within the Source Stone, to await the day they might rise and reclaim what was once theirs. You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions. Morag created the Source Stone with the power of the words, capturing the essence of fire within the gem, even as the world began to grow cold around her people. Morag placed her people in a deep hibernation within the Source Stone's core. In her slumber, the Queen's power grew, so one day she might use the words to rise again and banish the endless winter. If Morag fully awakes, the true power of the Source Stone will be unleashed. This land of ice will become steaming jungle, and the old ones will return to enslave the lesser races, as they did at the dawn of time. You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions. You must trust me. If not, Morag will awaken the old ones, and Neverwinter will be destroyed. You must hurry. With each passing hour, Morag's power grows. Soon, I will not be strong enough to stop my queen from awakening her people.
Well met.
Hello there.
Greetings. I am Master Ford, head archaeologist of Neverwinter. Lord Nasher mentioned someone might be coming to investigate the Source Stone.
Organizing our remaining troops to withstand the next Luskan assault requires all my attention. If the enemy breaches the city core, we are lost. I am afraid I can only spare a few moments for you, though I will try to help you however I can. Hadrian does not trust us, I fear. Understandable, considering the reception she received upon her arrival. You are the only one she is willing to speak to. Perhaps it would be best if you kept her secrets. If she wishes to share them with us, she will send for either Lord Nasher or myself. I am more than just a spy master now. I am responsible for coordinating the entire defense of Neverwinter. I will not risk alienating a potential ally in Hadrian. I trust you, and I suspect that whatever information Hadrian has shared is something I cannot help you with in any case. If we had the manpower, I would place an entire company at your disposal. But I need every warm body on the battle lines just to keep Luskan from taking the city core. You will have to act on Hadrian's information on your own, I'm afraid. Is there anything else I can help you with? Yes, there is still much that must be done if Neverwinter is to be saved.
I greet you. 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 I greet you.
I greet you. I greet you. I greet you. I greet you. I greet you. I greet you.
Hello.
Good business to you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good business to you.
Welcome to this house of healing. Though I fear it has become naught but a morgue. There are more dead and dying here than I could cure in a lifetime.
Hello to you.
I greet you.
I greet you.
I greet you.
You have come to the Cloak Tower in dark times, friend. The others of my guild have left to lend their spells to the battle, and I've heard nothing of them since.
May the blessings of Earth Mother Shantia and the Tree Father Sylvanus be upon you in these dark times.
I greet you. I greet you. I greet you. I greet you. Hello?
These are strange times. The beds in the Moonstone Mosque being filled by wounded soldiers. Who could have imagined?
In the name of Sayanine Moonbow!
Hello.
Please, I beg of you, help my sister. Lisa's just a little girl.
In the name of Sayanine Moonbow!
Hello.
Hello.
When I look at all the wounded, I can't help but curse those Luskan dogs for what they've done.
Welcome to you.
Greetings.
Well met.
Feel the fury! Well met.